morning. It's a fabulous Friday, and you know what that means. Dow's up in the early going, and that puts a 4-day winning streak on the table if there's a strong finish. It's too early to tell if we'll get there, but I am cautiously optimistic. So let's get some. Here's my playbook. Point number 1, yesterday's internet outage does not add up. Websites for some of America's biggest companies got thrown for a loop yesterday, including Amazon, Google, Verizon, Delta, and dozens of others that may have been impacted across the country, especially in major cities like New York, Washington, D.C., and Chicago, as reported by Dow Detector and CNBC. The situation is being described as a connection failure regarded to a service configure update from Akamai. Now, Akamai says the situation was not the result of a cyber attack, but I do not believe that explanation for New York Minute. It's too convenient. Cybersecurity is one of the single largest investment trends of our lifetime because there is a long list of hostile interests that want to bring the West to its knees. Throwing a monkey wrench into critical services like this would be a perfect entree or a probe to gauge the response. Point number 2. Dark pool abuse, 2 stocks I'll own for life, and more. I had a great, albeit brief, discussion with the fabulous Charles Payne yesterday on his show, Making Money with Charles Payne. And shortly afterward, my Twitter account exploded in a good way. Minutes later, I received an invitation to join the Twitter Spaces call with loads of super savvy retail investors, aka the apes, to break down mounting evidence of dark pool abuse by some of the biggest players in the game. I really enjoyed the warm welcome I received, and it was an honor. Long story short, though, the discussion we had got me thinking. I'm going to prepare a special multi-part series on dark pools, what they are, how they came to be, and critically, how to fight back, and dare I say it, even win. I'm not sure exactly what that looks like just yet, but stay tuned. Watch it later on my channel where I'll post it. Point number 3, why Chinese regulators are really clamping down. The West equates economic success with freedom, but Beijing views it as a source of control. Now, I spent nearly 30 years in the region, so I speak from personal experience. The real reason Beijing is clamping down is because a very small group of entrepreneurs like Jack Ma and Pony Ma, no relationship, Cheng Wei, created companies like Alibaba, Tencent, and Didi and completely changed the face of Chinese monetary structure. Perhaps most importantly, though, they also caught Chinese regulators completely asleep at the switch and embarrassed them because they were so unprepared for the digital age. In Chinese, this is referred to as losing face. This morning, there's a fresh round of retaliation, and this time it's the digital educators who are getting thumbscrewed. Point number 4, better late than never for PayPal. PayPal made headlines over its rollout of Zettle, a brand new POS system. Now, mind you, POS stands for point of sale, not the other acronym, at least for now anyway. PayPal fans seem to be excited, but the fact is competitors have had similar systems in place for a while. Square, for example, has a whole fleet of card and device reader, tons of integrations, and a full commerce stack. Shopify is the same. Now, if I were on the PayPal team, I would have focused more on mass deployment of Venmo's QR code system that makes it possible to pay money simply by scanning a QR code. It's fast, it's convenient, and most importantly, it can literally be printed on a laminated sheet of paper instead of needing an expensive payment terminal. We've already seen this system work in Asia in Alipay and WeChat Pay with great success. Not a fan, but that's just me. Point number 5. JP Morgan. This is a monster development and being totally underreported. JP Morgan has now opened crypto trading to clients, and it's a monster development being totally underreported in the Main Street press, which does not typically understand the significance. Now, long-term readers may recall me first talking about this back in 2018 when I caught wind of the situation and charted a course forward in a former life. But that's not the real development. The bank began developing its own cyber currency, JPM Coin, several years ago. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, JPM Coin is a stable coin because it has intrinsic value rather than being based on traditional supply and demand. That is key because JPM Coin runs in conjunction with the Link payment network used by more than 400 banks for everything from security settlement, think repo trades here, to payment flow. The next step is programmable money, and that is coming. That's one of the reasons why JP Morgan remains the banking choice for my investing dollars. Today's bottom line. Many people think you've got to take huge risks to make the big bucks, but I don't believe that's quite right. What you've got to do is take smart risks. Now let me explain. Many people ask themselves, what am I going to lose if I do X, Y, Z? But the most successful investors and traders flip that around. They ask what I will lose if I don't, and how do I control risks when I do? My point is that you've got to be in to win or you won't. You got this, I promise. Let's make it a great day and another fabulous Friday. Finish strong. I'm Keith Fitz-Gerald, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching today's Morning 5 with Fitz. Click subscribe to get daily market notes right here on YouTube, or sign up for the email versions at the link below. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram for my real-time thoughts on markets, analysis, and more.